Okay, I have a couple with me right now whom I have not seen in quite a while. I have Amy Howard Wilson and David Wilson. How are you guys doing?
Very good. Very good.
Couldn't be better.
No, it's been, like I said, it's been such a long time since we've seen you. What have you been up to lately?
Well, mostly we're trying to get our property squared away so that we can sell off some and refurnish
others.
That's mainly what our what we've been concentrating on. My lady is still working with the audiobooks.
Yeah, we own a house also up in New Jersey, and that I bought way before we got married, and it has needed a whole lot of work, and we've been trying to sell it and one thing and another, and it's been taking forever. But now we've got new floors down, we got new siding on it. It's actually looking finished, which is really nice. And one of my sisters may want to buy it.
That's not a bad deal.
So there's been a good reason why it's been taking so long.
Yeah.
So, there's been a little bit of a break in the audiobook action, but, everything in its own time, and you take care of one thing so you can spend
more time on something else.
Quality time. Yep, exactly.
You don't do a job halfway.
That's it.
Precisely
That's
so.
it. And this way, you won't be I won't have to interrupt something in the middle of a project and whatever. So it's all good.
Good. Now, what conventions have you been touring, and besides the house and stuff like that, anime-wise in the industry, what have you guys been doing to keep yourselves busy?
The most recent convention before this one was JFAX up in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Oh, okay.
Which we love. It's held on a college campus. Everybody treats us, the way they do everywhere.
Right.
They treat us
With
like
love and,
a king and a queen.
Yeah.
And but that's always
in Long Island before in Long Island before that, where equally they treat us very, very well.
Absolutely. And PhilCon is coming up. I think either in November or December. I can't remember which at the moment.
Okay.
But it's been a nice, manageable schedule. Having a lot of fun and seeing all our old friends and stuff. So it's really good.
Anime-wise, mostly we've been just getting what we see off the shelves. Seen some interesting titles and some less than interesting titles. It's it's the usual. I'm sure everybody else is going through the same issues.
Yeah, I'm sure. Now, how is life in Virginia, and is it really possible to have 5 cats coexisting? I know I've got 2, and 3 was the much, and 4 was a hand. 5?
Well, when my lady met me, I was taking care of and inherited 18 cats. I was rapidly on my way to being the crazy cat man.
Wow.
Yes.
We're no stranger to the feline world. Growing up at one time or another, I think we had a total of about 17 or 18 in our family as well. Dogs, cats, hamsters.
But not all at once.
Not all at once.
5 is a dawdle.
Yeah.
5 is a dawdle.
Yeah, it helps.
Yeah, I bet.
It helps that they're all. It's all a family.
Yes.
We were adopted by a beautiful little bitty black and white cat 4 years ago. And after we brought her in and started feeding her and loving her and taking care of her, we noticed that she was getting really, really round in the back. And we figured this is more than just good
one little
eating.
one, yeah.
So we took her to the vet again, and sure enough,
somebody was kind of like me a little Pragos.
So it.
It's funny how that works,
we knew that we were also going to have a blessed event.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the day they were born, it was this kind of a long story. I'll kind of nutshell it for you. We came back from a convention. It was the travel day from you-know-where. And, we came home, and Sweetie, her name is Sweetie, the mama cat, because she's a total sweetheart. And she greeted us at the door, looking a whole lot thinner than she had been when we left the Thursday before. So we started the great kitten hunt.
Oh, yes. So where did you find the kittens?
And found them all upstairs in our bedroom.
Okay.
Fortunately, they were all sort of located, together.
Okay, that's good.
But, oh, God, so much respect for the human parents of this world. If raising 4 kittens from birth You know, I mean, you take turns sleeping. You're checking them every 5 minutes to make sure they're, you know, breathing, eating, warm enough.
Yeah.
Whatever. You know, and you're constantly in kind of a state of panic. You know, and there's just these little squirmy things. And then you kind of relax and you let Mama take over, and she, you know, she really does all the hard work.
She does her job, yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And now they're all bigger than she is. We just celebrated their 4th birthday.
Aww.
So, you know, they have
all I can say is I know why they send the fathers out to go and boil water. There's a reason for that, and I understand what it is now. It's
and a funny little story. There was one kitten that we found who hadn't really been cleaned off, and she kind of cold and looking real kind of pitiful. And the first words out of my mouth were, "Go get me hot water."
It was the first useful thing I've been able to do since we figured this out.
We knew that Sweetie had to be exhausted, and you know she just wasn't able to care for this one, and so we figured we got to get her cleaned off and dry and warm. So I said, "Dave, for hot water."
Well, good for you.
Well,
Good for you.
I was there to take up the slack.
We
you
make
know,
a good team when in a crunch.
Yeah.
In a crisis, we work very well together.
Now, you mentioned your audiobooks that you're still doing.
Yeah.
You got voicing and producing. What else is new?
I've got there are 2 books coming up.
Okay.
The author that I've been doing quite a bit of work for, who's in Australia, she's putting the finishing touches on the 3rd in a series of a mystery, kind of a murder mystery series. And also a good friend of mine has written a book about your husband will relate to this, I'm sure, about his experience in Vietnam.
Okay.
So that it's really a powerful story that really needs to be told. So that's coming up. The author, my friend Rick, has some health issues that he's dealing with right now. So while we finish the house and get that all squared away, you know, Wendy's going to be finishing up her book, and Rick is going to be able to get, because we're going to record it together.
Oh, nice.
So that's going to work
done
out
in one
really
shot,
well.
basically.
Yeah.
Nice.
And you know, having my own studio and everything, it just makes it that much easier. If I have to interrupt it or something like that. I'm not, you know, nobody else is kind of sitting around waiting for me to do something or you know, pay them or whatever. So it works out real well.
Nice.
Unlike a rented studio, it's not a question of time equaling money.
Right.
She's,
you can do things when you need to.
Precisely.
Yeah, and technology being what it is, I can pick up my equipment and travel with it if I need to. I mean, the computer I use is about this big.
Wow.
You know, and a microphone and you know, as long as I have a good quiet
place.
You know.
That's so neat. Yeah.
So,
it's impressive how times have changed.
Very thankful.
Yes.
Very thankful for the life we have.
Now, think on the fact that times are changing. The anime industry isn't doing so well lately. It's got some falls.
Yeah.
What can fans do to bring this back up again?
Start treating the animation companies with respect.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's not a question of gimme all the time. Send them back the feedback. What do you like? What don't you like? What is important to you as a fan and as a consumer? And make sure that the companies understand this. Because without that, they're just going to keep doing the same thing, not knowing any better.
You can't fix a problem unless you know what's wrong.
Precisely. And don't treat the animation companies or the production companies and whatever like they're just sources for your personal amusement. You know, give them the money that they are due.
Right.
And support their products as best you can.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, let them know why.
Yes.
Simply saying, "Oh, it sucks." That's not useful.
No.
That's not helpful.
Nothing is ever going to change that way.
Exactly. But if you can explain why it sucks, how it can be fixed.
Give some suggestions.
All of these will be of immense use to the people who are this industry. We supported it. We helped create it. But it's they who are the ones who are doing something with it. So work with them, not against them. They are not the enemy. They are not, faceless people just out for money.
No.
They're
We know them. Come on,
we
they're
know
really
them.
Not. Trust
and,
me.
True, they do want money, but
doesn't?
no more money than they deserve for the work that they do.
Exactly.
So give it to them.
Right.
Give it to them, and that would help immensely right there.
Okay.
Yeah, and as popular as it has become over the years, naturally they want to get as much of it
Out to the public
as possible. Consequently, sometimes quality gets sacrificed in the process. And fans know when something has been done just to get it on the shelf, they're not going to bother with it. It'll be forgotten about tomorrow. So, there has to be maybe the fact that it's sort of, like the stock market. Every now and then there's that mysterious little adjustment thing that goes on. Values drop, and people take a closer look at what's happening and why.
What's working and what isn't.
Exactly. So when you give your feedback, be polite about it.
Right.
We love the stuff. We want to see more of it. We want to see good quality stuff. And just let them know how you feel, but respect the people who create it. Go back to the source and start from there, and communicate with the artists and the authors and things like that, and be respectful of their work.
Well, and also think of it yourself. If you do something, how would you like to be criticized? Do you want to be critiqued, or do you?
Yes.
Positive criticism or
critiques
bad?
are more useful than criticisms.
Exactly.
And piracy is a big issue. And it's you got to tell it like it is. It's wrong.
Yeah.
It's wrong.
It's stealing.
Would you want somebody to come in and take your hard work just because they want it? I mean, I'd like $1 million, but my local bank isn't going to say, "Okay, Amy, here you go."
Yeah.
So you gotta stay on the ground and sort of do unto others, if you will.
Exactly.
So, but things will work out the way they're supposed to.
They'll balance out. Things will get better.
Yep.
Yeah.
It just takes time
Positive
right
attitude.
now. Exactly.
Yeah.
There's a silver lining to every dark cloud.
Well, they could break into song, but
Yeah. Well, not now.
yeah, later.
Now, thinking back here a little bit here, what are some of your favorite stories and memories of the late Jeff Thompson?
Well, how we met.
I'm sorry, I'm sort of not hearing you. What are
memories of Jeff Thompson?
Oh, he was, from the day I met him, he was like a little kid in a grown-up's body. He loves this stuff as much as we do. He was pat myself on the back. He's a longtime Star Blazers fan. So, when he met me, it was he treated me like the biggest star to ever hit the planet, And then, then we got talking, and he was working on the Captain Tyler project and whatnot, and it was the biggest honor. I didn't even have to audition. He said, "Would you do this part for me?" Well, of course.
No.
Well, gee, no.
Twist my arm a little bit
I have
here.
to do my nails.
Yeah.
Forget it. I was all over that. So he was just the nicest, most genuine guy.
He always struck me, and I say this in the most complimentary terms possible. He was a fanboy. He was one of us, and he made good. He got into the business and helped be a part of it, push things in ways that it needed going. There's a lot in the industry that would not be as good as it is without his influence, either directly or indirectly.
Because he cared.
He cared.
You could tell he was as anxious to see the finished product as any good fan would be, and to be part of creating that finished product. It was more than just a job to him.
Yes.
You could tell that he was
a passion.
He was passionate
A labor
about
of love.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In the truest sense.
He was a joy, and we miss him a lot.
As you're saying, we'll definitely miss him.
Yeah,
No, I know.